All right. Hello. Happy Monday. Also, happy President's Day here in the US. And as Devin has pointed out, happy Family Day in Canada. And happy Monday for the rest of the world who does not specify this day as some sort of holiday. But hello. Welcome. How are we? I'm doing pretty good. I ran and did grocery shopping this morning. I didn't run, I took the car. So I did grocery shopping this morning, but I left the house without eating. So the whole time I was shopping, I was fighting that urge to get all of the snacky things because I was kind of hungry. So I managed to get, I think, just 2 extra things that were not on the list. One of them was bananas, so I don't feel real bad about that one. Yeah, so I managed to, for the most part, not do extra shopping. But here we are. It's a Monday. I am ready, I think, to do some writing today. I'm going to be pulling some tarot cards and trying to make some additional connections, maybe some new characters, because that was working for me for quite a bit of the last few times. So I'm going to try and make some more connections and see where it gets me. Yes, Maggie, I can hear you singing. But yeah, so I did that. I also managed to find on the internet a video of 2 friends, and it was labeled as sort of like ADHD hacks, but I'm not sure if it's limited to just ADHD. Either way, so one friend calls the other, apparently the person who has ADHD or seems to have ADHD, and says, "Hey, I'm going to be coming over in 30 minutes." And so they hang up the phone, and then the person who has the messy house is kind of looking around, and then it cuts to them with a clean place calling them. It's like, "Hey, it's been like 45 minutes. Like, where are you?" And then the other person says, "Yeah, it's kind of funny how you always forget that you told me to call you a couple times a month, so you would just anxiety clean, and then you would have a clean space." And I'm like, that's tricky, but also genius. But also, I don't think it's limited to just ADHD. And I don't know if that is more of a prevalent thing in the neurodivergent communities, or if that's just like, I don't know. Anyway, I thought it was kind of amusing because I also anxiety clean. So I don't know. It was just a thing that I felt like I related to. Um, yeah, exactly, Maggie. It's like that's mean, but it works. Yeah, I was just like, it works. But in the meantime, you're like the panic that sets in because somebody's coming over and you only have X amount of time to try and clean everything. So I'm not sure. Like in the moment, it was funny and I related to it. But like the more I think about it, I'm like, yeah, that's anxiety. That's kind of that terror that sets in of like, yeah. But anyway, but I don't foresee myself changing. So at least not that aspect of my life. So I kind of have a feeling that I will be anxiety cleaning for the rest of my life, which is also terrifying. But anyway, as Devin says, happy President's Day in the US, happy Family Day in Canada, and happy Monday. Stacy says hello. And so Campus says, "Hey, you're rewriting / editing the 3rd chapter of your urban fantasy novel, and you would love some description help. All right, we'll pop what you need in the chat, and we will see if we can help." And that's And also, Ms. Ocampo will be leaving a bit early because you have therapy, which is perfectly fine. Cool Gamer, hello, how are you? And Elizabeth is here. Hello, hello. Just woke up from a nap. Was it nice? You're going to do some lesson planning, but also some writing today. Excellent. Hopefully we can blaze through that lesson planning then. That way you can get to the fun writing. Yes. The Monday song. Bananas. Exactly. Exactly. Charlie, hello. How are you? Are you feeling better? I think I saw something in the comments, so I'll get to that in a second. So, Monday vibes. Yes. And in a lot of ways, I am very much like Garfield the cat in this way. I love lasagna, and Mondays are not my favorite. Charlie says, I am testing out your office again for the first time since you hurt your hips. Here's to hoping this works out and you didn't rush yourself back there. I hope so. I hope so. Yes. Anxiety cleaning is the only thing you do. Yeah. Stacy says, I tend to clean because someone is coming over, but not because you haven't heard from someone. Well, that's what it was the person called to say, hey, I'm coming over. And so that kicked off the anxiety cleaning. But apparently it was just a trick to get them to clean. So Exotic Expressions, hello. You've been writing all morning. Good job. You're about to take a lunch break and you'll be back as soon as you can. Happy sprinting. Yay. And Maggie is ready to give advice on the descriptive bits. So, hooray. And, okay, so Maggie and Exotic Expressions have been stream hopping, apparently. I recognize the stream hopper United Frog. It is very cute. All right. Actually, it's really funny because if you look at, I need to go to the brand part. Nope. This one, I think. Yeah. So if you look over at the chat, which should be, I think, this way for you, the frog in the chat has a smile and the frog in StreamYard does not. I don't know what that is. Maybe this one feels more of the Monday. Devin says, today is still part of the weekend because of the holiday. Okay, there you go. And tomorrow is Monday for this week. Well, in that case, happy extended weekend. All right. So, the card for today. So the card for today is another insect. So we're going to be popping an insect onto the stream. And it is the wasp. And the main message is sometimes life stings. Okay, so wasp coming onto the screen in 3, 2, 1. Wasp on the screen. He looks like he has little boots, but he's actually got feathers and beads dangling from his legs. Not sure about what that means, but there we go. All right, the wasp is off the screen now, so no more wasp. You can feel free to look again. But the main message is sometimes life stings. So from the book it says, not all that the spirit creates in nature is easy to love, but when we look through the eyes of the wasp, we recognize that even though sometimes life stings, there is a purpose for pain just as there is a purpose for wasps in the natural world. Wasps keep, I don't know why wasps plural is hard to say for me, but it is. Wasps keep insect populations down, supporting the growth of plants. So too, the sting of life may hurt, and you may feel disappointed or even resentful that the wasp has shown up, but you will soon come to see that the spirit has something wonderful in store for you. Being stung may lead to something far better than you had envisioned for yourself. The wasp was conspiring with the universe to ensure that you would grow something of value to you. Have you ever looked back and been glad that your prayers weren't answered because the path that you took led to something far better? The wasp is here as a reminder to reflect on those times, for today's sting may hurt, but something better awaits you. So, that is the wasp spirit for today. So there may be a little bit of pain involved. So I don't know if that means that somebody is going to be cutting a dearly beloved scene because it doesn't actually fit. I don't know. Or a character. Well, I know that several of y'all were, I think Maggie, you were ending a character's life, but that would have been for the stream prior. So unless you're still on that scene today, I don't know. But yes, so even though something seems painful or seems like it might be devastating, there are good things, better things around the corner. So perhaps that that is either a message that we need to be okay with letting go of, like the scenes or the chapters that we have to cut, or that we need to be in that mindset for our characters, not just for ourselves. But yeah, so it's a good card despite us not really liking wasps. So yes. So that is the Oracle card for today. And I have pulled up some of Laura's timers today. So we have a paint in water and a books, leaves, and tea timer that I have pulled up for today. StreamYard Frog has teeth. He doesn't necessarily have teeth. Hell, I don't know. Let me make him bigger again. Yeah, he doesn't have teeth. He just has, I guess, like a lighter spot on his face, above his nostrils. I don't know. I went backwards. There we go. Okay, so Miss Ocampo is working on your chapter. Is this chapter 3 that we're working on? Chapter starts out in Jane's house, specifically in her kitchen / breakfast nook. Nice. Okay. And yes, it is a very good message. You killed her. Yes. Okay, so Miss Ocampo, thinking about the wasp, has a prompt, or a possible prompt. A character could sting at someone's pride. Yes. So it happened with your Mandalorian last week. Nice. Maggie says, okay, so how is it Jay wakes up and realizes that Castora's soul is no longer with her. Yeah. CB is here. Hello. Welcome. Maggie says, hey, as well. You're dealing with the abomination that is your soon-to-be former internet provider. Well, hopefully the next time around you will get a better one. And then you will no longer have to deal with said abomination. Okay, so how much of the kitchen / breakfast nook should you describe? You want to indicate that Jane's mom is making coffee by this coffee bar shelf in the breakfast nook. I mean, you could, it depends on the level of description you have in the rest of your story, I think, or like how much description you want. You could have something as simple as like the smell of coffee grounds or the smell of coffee wafted over from the breakfast bar where mom was cooking coffee. Or you could do something like Jane sat down at the table and sort of like blinked her eyes blearily as the light comes through the curtain. She's watching the birds and, you know, sort of like have this quiet moment where the things are happening around her. So it depends on the level of description that you want. But if don't do too much, because that's always the temptation is to like paint the picture exactly the way you want it to be, but don't do too much, I think. CB says, I was also packing. Nice. Maggie suggests 2 to 3 sentences as the length. Yep. Alrighty. Well, while we contemplate that, no, Stacy. Now you've got to bug up your butt to clean. That was not the plan for this afternoon. Well, you can maybe if you want, you can make a list of things you want to clean, and that be limited to your cleaning or your organizing thoughts, or you could take one sprint. Up to you. All right, so I'm going to share the screen, and we're going to use Laura's 20-minute timer, but I've rolled it down to about 15 minutes. And this is the paint in water. There we go. Nope. Well, close. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. So save your document if you've already been working this morning. If not, go ahead and pull it up. Now's the time to do that. Also, make sure you have something to hydrate with. That's number 2. I have a large glass of water. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need that break or a walk around or a snack or whatever it is that you need to take care of yourself, do that. All right, here we go. 15-minute warm-up sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. That was sprint number 1. I got 308 words there. I think I'm creating another character. But it feels like they're kind of like they're fitting in with one of the timeline slots that I need to kind of one of the gaps that I need to fill. So that makes sense. But now I just have to figure out how this character is going to be tied to the major arc, not just the minor arc. So that's going to be a thing that I have to figure out. But it is at least started. So I've gotten that first bit done. So I've got a little bit more I think I want to write about these 3 cards. Then I have to pull. Then I'm going to pull another 3 to sort of like answer how they're related to the main arc and see if I can get an answer in the second 3. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah. So there we go. All right, let me check over on the chat and see how we're doing. Okay, so Maggie had some suggestions for Ms. Ocampo for the limiting the amount of description to just a little bit. And so Maggie shared a possible bit. And then Ms. Ocampo gave us two little bits of description. And that's all you have up until the first bit of dialogue. Okay, so the following morning, my family and I gathered in the kitchen to make breakfast. Mom made coffee and set the table for everyone. Gabby, my stepsister, paced in front of the kitchen countertop, still dressed in her pink pajamas. My stepfather, Rivera, and I did the cooking. I would ask if it's necessary to know the positions of everyone in the kitchen. Like, is that a necessary part? Because you could just say we sort of like we danced around each other in the kitchen as we made coffee, set the table, cooked breakfast. That would be sort of like if you wanted to condense it more, and sort of like move along with the plot, you could condense it more. So that's just one of the options that you have. It's not necessary, but I think it might not be necessary. I don't know the context of the scene you're trying to create and what comes afterwards, but I think it might not be necessary to know the particular positions of each of the characters. Sorry, I think I might sneeze. Yes, I did. Okay, we're good. A second sneeze is not coming, so we are good. So it's a little short paragraph, yeah. And Hannah popped in. Hello. Welcome. And Laura is here. Hello. Laura, we're using your timers today. And you submitted 2 more stories for consideration. Yay! That's awesome. And yes, yay, Laura, says Miss Ocampo. Exotic Expression says, definitely needed that lunch break to fuel up and regroup. You're ready to put your focus back on writing and make some progress. Yay! Becca says, hello, looks like you missed the first one, but you are ready for the second. Excellent. The oracle for the day, the spirit of the day, is the wasp spirit. So sometimes life stings, but there's something you can grow from that, or learn from that. There's something better waiting on the other side. Sort of that vibe for today. Laura has started the laundry. Yay for clean clothes. CB got 46 words. Excellent. Elizabeth moved up to the office and opened the documents. There you go. Progress. Stacy says, I have cleaned a walkway in my office and one half of the love seat, organized your library books and your loose tarot books. You made lunch and you are ready to eat. It was a productive sprint. It sounds like it. Sounds like you did quite a lot. All right. CB has an excerpt for us. That spider was the size of a bicycle tire. Yes, I was cowering from it. It was enormous. Anyone in their right mind would cower from such a beast. So when he comes to get the so when he comes to get the truth out of him, okay, CB, I'm not in the last sentence here. I'm not sure makes sense with the first part. So I'm a little confused. Charlie says, I finished edits for half of the Hidden Chapter 2. Sitting in the chair is strange after so long with your feet up, so you are not sure how it's going. Gotcha. Take it a little bit by a little bit. CB says, I got dinner in that sprint. Excellent. Good job. Stacy says, my kids are driving me nuts, so you're drinking a mixed drink. There you go. Self-care. Okay, so you're going to take some of that into consideration. Anybody else have thoughts on Miss Ocampo's description? Dilemma? There we go. I was hunting for another D word. This is the opening of the chapter and you wanted to establish everyone right away. Gotcha. So when he comes to get the truth out of him. Okay. There we go. Thank you. You just pulled the lioness card. It says you've earned all your stripes, and it has a woman sitting on a beach reading. There's a whale's tail sticking out of the ocean behind her. You love cards so much. Nice. Excellent. And Laura has a suggestion for a possible descriptive bit. Morning dawned too early. We groggily shuffled around each other, setting the table, cooking food, and preparing the sacred coffee. The scrumptious smell wrapped us in hope the day would be a good one. Yeah. So you could do lots of things with that opening, and it depends on what you want. Alrighty, let's do our self-promo reminders. So the next sprint, the second one, is going to be our self-promo sprint. So if you have something about you that you would like to promote, be that your YouTube channel, your Twitch channel, your Amazon page, your particular new book, your website, your blog, your Etsy store, your social media, all of that kind of stuff, now's the time to do so. Bonus points and gold stars to you if it is writing adjacent. And just remember that if you do not have the blue wrench of power, you will not be able to post direct links, so you'll have to spell out .com. Excuse me. That's your self-promo stuff. So the other thing is your regular reminders. So number 1, save your document. Number 2, take a sip of whatever you're supposed to be hydrating with. Oopsies, that started without us. Number 3, straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And number 4, make sure that if you need a break or a snack or a walk around or whatever, you do that. Take care of yourself as you are writing. So here we go, 25 minutes. Once again, we are using one of Laura Nettle's timers, so make sure that you stop by her channel and give her a like for these timers and subscribe if you're not. Alrighty, so here we go. 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right. How was that? I am now up to 980 words. So I guess I got about 600-ish that time. The cards are not giving me a direct answer. They are not inspiring an aha in my brain. So we are sort of like continuing the questioning. I do have, so not only do I have this new character that I have been building based on the Nine of Pentacles card, which is this card. So I have a new character based on that card. But then I also have the antagonist for this particular character. And so I have a very clear motivation for this minor antagonist. So like hecka clear, like I know exactly why the antagonist is like gunning for this character. But I still like I've not been able to like find an aha for how these two new characters link to the major story arc. So I'm just continuing to try and like pull the cards and try and see if I can make a connection in my brain. So there we are. That's what I'm doing. But I'm up to 980 words, so not bad. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we are getting there. And I will eventually have that aha moment. Okay, where were we? Scrolly. All right, so Ms. Ocampo says, feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Ms. Ocampo Writes. And Exotic Expressions Dance Fitness says, when my book is ready, the announcement will be on my Facebook page, which is also under the handle Exotic Expression Dance Fitness. And Devin says, my stuff. And here is Devin's link tree, which you can find all the links for. And CB says, I have 35 stories on Archive of Our Own under the username PepperoniFan1982. These are the short stories, and the novel is pending. I have a new video on my YouTube page under the handle CB394. And then Devin is so kind to update the playlist for us every day, so make sure that you go over and check out Devin's playlists and maybe subscribe. And Miss Ocampo Writes says, I like what you put in, Stacy. Yes. My stepsister placed in her pink pajamas, more underfoot than helping with the actual prep. Yeah. So Miss Ocampo is going to make a note of that. Asking if Stacy uses social media. So YouTube under Stacy Coates and Facebook under Stacy D. Coates Von Rick. There you go. Keep it short on YouTube so it takes fewer characters to at with. Yes, indeed. And Devin just keeps it simple. Dev75 on everything. There you go. CB's channel. There we go. And Monique's channel. Ms. Ocampo Writes. Anna is here. Hello. Howdy. Just got here. Quit procrastinating. Yay. And now you're working on captions for your Instagram posts and reels. Nice. Excellent. Phoebe is here. Hello. Welcome. Phoebe Wood writes. And Maggie says, sorry, my internet keeps crashing. Can't share everybody's links today because when you open more than 3 windows, you get booted. I feel that. No apologies. We all got to get used to doing our own self-promo too. So we can't always rely on you, even though we want to. Elizabeth says, you have a live stream not a lime stream. You have a live stream every Thursday at 6 p.m. GMT +1, which is noon Eastern, and we can find you on Instagram as A Little About Books. Yes, self-promo time. So Phoebe Wood Writes makes weekly writing videos, and you are starting up live streams in March. Nice. They're so much fun. And here's Phoebe's channel. Excellent. Anna says, I do monthly productivity live streams on my channel every second Saturday of the month from 6:45, subject changed, to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So 3 hours prior would be 5 p.m. Eastern. I think I have that right. And you can also find Anna as author Anna Howell on Instagram. Here's Elizabeth's channel. Nice. And CB says, ooh, the curry was spicy. Nice. And here's Anna's channel. Excellent. And CB got 105 words. Good. Laura is still swapping laundry. And CB's going to be right back. Becca is writing a new scene in your screenplay. You're almost finished. Ooh. Does that mean 2 in 1 month? Phoebe says, oof, the chapter you're on is going to need a lot of edits and you're not excited about it. I feel you there, because that's how I feel about Project Gray. The whole thing, all 100,000 words of it. So I hope that your chapter is not 100,000 words. Maggie says, you worked on an author love tag video and cried reading your first dedication and the acknowledgement dedication to several friends that you've lost during your writing journey. Oh. Hopefully you feel better after the cry. Elizabeth says, got some lesson planning done and started editing an Instagram post. Gotcha. Becca says, Phoebe. We have Phoebe and Becca love going on in the chat. And Maggie says, tried to share some links of everybody in the chat and failed. Oh no. But you got more coffee because coffee is life. Yes. Yes, indeed. Kate is here. Hello, hello. Sneaking in for the last hour. Yes. Excellent. Welcome. If you want to self-promo real quick, you can. A live stream would be fun, though. I mean, like, I'm not going to lie. I do love limeade. So, maybe in the summer we should have a lime theme live stream. Maybe. Lime stream, is that a soda stream recipe? Maybe. Can we add rum or vodka? I mean, you can do what you want. You can do what you want. I'm not sure which of those two lime would taste better with. So you've had lime stream, bread stream, and next margarita stream? Yes, please. Indeed. Just what you were thinking. Yeah. If you wish. Yes, I know. Yeah, exactly. So if you don't wish to partake, that's fine. There's always chocolate and coffee. So, alrighty. Let's do another sprinty sprint. So I'm going to share the screen again. Here we go. And still using Laura's 25-minute timer. So here's Kate's quick self-promo. You put your video edits on your other channel, Sierra Ainen. You're also on Archive of Our Own as Sierra Ainen, where you post your work in progress. What grows cannot be splintered. Nice. This is the bread stream word, correct? Because I think it needs an R to be writing stream. All right. Okay. Let's do this. 1, save your document. 2, make sure you take a sip of whatever it's supposed to be hydrating with. 3, roll your shoulders back and do a posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need that break or snack or whatever, you do that. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Alrighty, how we doing? I'm up to 1625. Need to save it. Probably saving it in the wrong folder again, but either way, it's saved. I'm trying real hard to find this connection, and I have like kind of a loose connection. It's not real strong, so I'm still, I think, searching for that aha moment, because at the moment it's not real aha. It's more like, that could do. But it's not really solidified. So still searching. I mean, I'm still adding more details to this, but it's definitely not quite where I thought it was going to go. But that's the reason I do all of these card pulls first before I try to start drafting, because then I'm like, oh, this is I know a lot more now. I'm still searching for an answer, though. It's not wanting to give me an answer, so I might have to pull out a different deck and be like, tell me the answer. But we'll see. We'll try and do a little bit more with Shadowscapes, because it does give me some answers. They're just not the answers that I want or that I'm expecting. So yeah, so there's an aspect of this that there's I probably haven't thought down all the possible avenues, for sure, but it is, I'm going one route, and I'm trying not to get too distracted. So I'm continuing to search for an answer that is an option for the path that I have chosen. That's what we're doing. Alrighty. So Jenna popped in. Hello, welcome. There was a little bit of chat about what skivvies meant, because we had this lovely typo for Elizabeth's live stream. So instead of writing streams, we had bread streams. And then I was just thinking about it because it looks like skivvies to me, but I wasn't entirely sure what the original like usage of skivvies was, and so I had to look it up. And so I found both the answer that CB provided, which is that it's an informal slang term for a female domestic servant, but it also is sort of like a pair of undergarments, like an undershirt and pair of shorts for specifically, I think, the U.S. Navy or Marines, like that branch, those branches. That's where it started, but then I don't know. Don't know how accurate that is. So Exotic Expression says, took some time to talk to a couple of new beta readers. Now back to the actual editing / writing process. Excellent. Yay. So Maggie backed me up that skivvies are sort of like underwear. Yes. An old navy. Okay, for undershirt, but it changed over the years. Yeah. CB says, I am premiering a new singing video in 25 minutes. Nice. This will be the last one for a while because of the temporary relocation. Gotcha. Kate says, got through another page of revisions for chapter 39. Excellent. Sorry. I had a green tea this morning rather than coffee, because I was still out of creamer at the point. I now have creamer, so I could now go fix myself a cup of coffee, but we'll see. And 51 words because you were recording the video. Excellent. Anna says, heading out now to eat lunch. You'll check back later on the replay. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Phoebe says, need to calculate the time dilation involved with a static observer and a faster than light spacecraft. This could take a moment. I would say, I'm not entirely sure which formulas you would use to calculate that, but there you go. Okay, so you're thrilled with the progress that you've made today. Yay! You think that major setback happened for a reason? There you go. There's the WASP connection there. If it hadn't happened, you wouldn't have added what you just added, and I think it makes all the difference. Exactly. The silver lining. Yes, so a servant, underwear, undershirt, so much that's not bread. So yes, exactly, CB, yes. Becca is still working on this dang thing. Oh no, but you're close. You're closer, you know. And so CB's going to be putting your YouTube channel on hiatus for a bit. Y'all, apparently I do need that cup of coffee. But you'll still be attending live streams when you can. Math, exactly. Exactly. All right, we have about 10 minutes, so we can do it short. We have a little over 10 minutes, so, you know, we could roll it down to a 10-minute window, and we will get one last sprint in. Here we go. Share, share, share. All right. Here we go. Save, sip, straighten your spine, and if you need a snack or a break, take that. So here we go. 10 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. I ended up at 1806. So I still have 2.5 more cards. I think I've done about half of this current card. I still have sort of like, I need to finish up the thoughts for this card. Then I need to do the other two that I've laid out to try and answer, like, again, the same question, like, is this related to the larger plot? I changed the way that I asked the question, and I'm hoping, I think I had like a half a thought that like could maybe answer. Ooh, yes, actually, let me. Sorry. Okay. I had a minor aha. So yay. I managed to get an aha. Okay. All right, there we go. I'm yay. Success there at the end. I found a connection and I think it will work. So yay. That's I was like, so I needed to get that down. My apologies. I wish that it happened during the sprint, but it didn't. Sometimes it just, when it happens, you gotta write it down, because otherwise I'm gonna lose it. I have done enough of that, like, oh, I'll remember this in 3 minutes, and it does not happen. So yay. I got my aha. I also made myself another green tea with cream and sugar, because that's how I drink it. But yay, I'm super excited to finally have that aha at the end there. Okay, so now I'm at 1903. So I added almost 100 words there. All right, so exotic expressions headed out a little bit before we ended that sprint. CB got 410 mostly copy-pasted words, but hey, you edited a few. So there you go. And Phoebe says, still calculating how long and far and fast you want this bloomin' ship to travel. To infinity? I don't know. To infinity and beyond? Elizabeth said, well, ended up scrolling Instagram. You are going to go read more in 1984 now. So far, it feels healthy, like kind of boring, but feel like you need to read it because it has so many great ideas. Gotcha. It is an interesting story. I will give you that. Like the core of it is quite interesting. Kate says you wrote 150-ish words of a new conversation. Excellent. Becca says, still didn't finish my scene. Oh no. Oh no. All right, well, let's see. Let me copy and paste Devin's playlist in the chat. And let's see who is going to be streaming either now or soon. Okay, so Paper Tiger is currently live, and looks like Book Art Media should be going live shortly. And then today's Monday. Are the Awkward Siblings on today? I think so. Brain is not remembering things. So hello. We are actually ending now. Yes. So you'll have to catch us on another day or catch the replay. I did put Devin's playlist in the chat so that we can find other streams. Sometimes scenes just take some extra time to form. Yes, Stacy is correct in that. And sometimes it's like I was doing today, and just like kind of pulling and pulling and pulling and waiting for that connection to come through. Finally, y'all. I wrote 1,800 words trying to find the connection to the main plot, or the like multi-story arc, I should be calling it. And I finally got it. Finally. Okay. So I'm gonna make sure that I keep this little nugget in mind as I go through the last two cards that I pulled, and that I'm gonna probably read for a little bit. So alrighty, that's what I'm going to be doing with the rest of my evening. So have fun. Don't forget to save, and make sure you save and sip and stretch and snack if you need to. Those are all your reminders. So have fun. I will be back on Wednesday. All right. Bye, y'all.